Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy Kiwi Imagine Wagons, nickname boy Hyper Hooper, whatever you want to call me this week. We're back with Pick'em. Sorry for the late. Had a lot of stuff to do with school. Had a big research paper, then a Spanish project, whole lot of stuff. But no more excuses. Let's just get into it, get it in, get it done. You know how it be. So, first battle of the week, Hutch and the Portland Timbers against TJ and the Slow Bohemians, with everyone voting for Hutch, but TJ actually coming through with the W. So, props to TJ. Hopefully we'll see Hutch bounce back next week. Good match either way. And then next up we have the St. Louis Swablues against the Hartford Whalers, which was basically a 50-50 split with the ASL YouTube server. And you guys going for the HFW, aka Hartford Whalers, with Grant, not Susie. Susie went for St. Louis Swablues, Ian, and Hutch. Whereas Malone, as I said earlier, Susie and me all went with the St. Louis Swablues, who did indeed lose to the Hartford Whalers. So, good game to you guys. And then next up we have the Houston Hoopas against the Washington Whalelords, and we have everyone besides Susie and Hutch, excuse my pauses and stuff, I'm a little out of it right now, I guess, going for the Washington Whalers, and everyone else going for Houston Hoopas with Easy, and he did indeed win, so we have that going. Next up, we have the PC Barcelona, aka Pokemon Club Barcelona, still not letting it go. Shadow, just why you named that their soccer team, I don't get it, I'm not over it. But we have the PC Barcelona against the Utah Hoots, with me, you guys, Gran, Susie, or Susan, or whatever you want to call him. I call him Senpai, but yeah. And Malone all going for the Utah Hoots, with Hutch and Susie, Ian, my bad, being the only two to get it right, because PCB, aka Pokemon Club Barcelona, aka PC Barcelona, aka Shadow, the boy, this dude has more nicknames than me. Not really. Coming out with the W. So, next 2 weeks we have, as you can see by the abundant amount of green on my screen, we have the Aussie Kangaskhan against the Amsterdam Alakazams. That is Milan, as he did replace Brad last week, I believe. So, gonna have to get used to saying him now, but we'll make it work against, when you can't remember a name, against Ian and the Aussie Kangaskhan. And the Aussie Kangaskhan did win, with everyone indeed voting for them. And then the next battle after that, we have the Arcane Arcanines against the Denver Nuggets. Once again, everyone voting for one team, that team being the Arcane Arcanines, who did indeed win, and the Denver Nuggets did indeed lose. So good games to all those coaches, to all the 4 coaches, and hope to see the losing teams bounce back. Lastly, we have the London Lapras against the Phoenix Flygons. And, this is a problem. So, for those of you who don't know, as I mentioned last week, Cody was indeed replaced with Grant from the Kling Kling Uniteds. So this is why we see everything with KLK, despite this saying London versus Phoenix. Just a little error. Cody's name right here should be Phoenix, so should be Grant, so let's just put no image, and we could put Gran. Alright, we have a lot of space. We could put Gran equals scrub. If I can spell right. You didn't see that. And here are the past week's record. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but apparently that I'm doing it wrong. That I'm supposed to have the updated records on both of the record signs for the current week and next week. But I like it. This is just me. Let me guys know what you want to see in the future. But I like it where we have last week's record up here, and then the updated record on the next slide, so we can see how the records change from the video. So you don't have to go back to the last video and see how the record changed. Though you could probably guess, I'm rambling. I don't think it matters too much. Let me know what you guys want. Kill me. And next week, week 9, we have the Slow Bohemians against the St. Louis Swablues, with everyone besides Gran and obviously Malone of the St. Louis Swablues voting for the St. Louis Slow Bohemians and TJ. Next week, we have the Portland Timbers and Hutch voting for the Washington Whalers up against the Washington Whalers, with everyone once again voting for Hutch, expecting him to bounce back from last week's performance. And we're expecting to see Hutch at his normal God Kun status. But who knows? Maybe the Washington Willards, the underdogs, will pull something out. So good luck to the both of them. The week after that's week 10, and that's a bunch of different matches. I always do this. Grand doesn't give me enough crap for it. The battle after that, which is on the schedule placement of the doc, is the PC Barcelona against the Hartford Whalers, with Susie and Hutch Susie and Hutch going for the PC Barcelona, with everyone else going for the Hartford Whalers. So, shout out. And then the next battle, we have the Houston Hoopas against the Amsterdam Alakazams. Once again, we see kind of that 50-50 split, even though we have an uneven amount of people, so we can't really ever be 50-50, so maybe we should get another person so it can be. Hint, hint, wink, wink, hutch, 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 hutch. Oh, God. You didn't see that. But it's going to be a great match either way, and we see that the Portland Timbers, the St. Louis Swablues, I'm just so tempted just to say the Pokemon and not the actual team name right now, but we see the Portland Timbers, St. Louis Swablues, not Kling Kling United, Marble Magnetons, and the Utah Hoots all go for the Utah Hoots. Wait, what? Just forget the last 30 seconds of your life. We have the Portland Timbers, the St. Louis Swablues, Kling Klang United, and Magnetons all going for the Houston Hoopas, with Susie, with Ian, and with you guys all going for the Amsterdam Alakazams. This is like Tongue Twister 3000. I can't handle this. I'm quitting ASL, just in general. Just bye. Just bye. Anyway, next up we have the Utah Hoots against the Arcane Arcanines. Hopefully I don't mess up so badly this one, but we have Hutch, the St. Louis Swablues, the Aussie Kangaskhan's, Kling Klang United, and you guys all go for the Arcane Arcanines, with me and Susie going for the Utah Hoots. So, should be a good match. I kind of want to see the Utah Hoots beat, so I can beat Gran. But anyway, next up we have the Aussie Kangaskhan's against my boy Gran, making, I think, this might be his this was his debut battle. Don't ever quote me on that. But we have him in the second ever match, trying to keep that undefeated streak he inherited and maintained after his first week of battle from Cody. Still miss him more than Gran. Single tier. But as we can see, him keeping that undefeated record is not voted for by the popularity of the server and the YouTube team. So we hope to see a good match either way. Finally, we have the Denver Nummels against the Phoenix Flagons, with only Susie voting for the Denver Nummels and everyone else voting for Phoenix Flagons. So sorry I messed up a lot. I'm scrub at this. I'll never do it again if you guys want. Just kidding. But I hope to see you guys next week. I hope you paid attention to the tabs I have above, because I made them just for you. So I'll see you guys next week.